This was about a protest in Uptown, and you're noticing of what you thought was private security or an unidentified officer walking around with an aluminum bat in their back.
Yeah. Yep.
So can you talk a little more about that so the audience understands what happened there?
Yeah, that was after the Sunday night protests that went from Lakeview through Uptown, and it was large. It was really large, but it was very not much contention between law enforcement and protesters. It mostly went off without a hitch. There was a 9 p.m. curfew, and people mostly dispersed, but some people didn't, and I'm sure some people were just trying to get public transit. But as you know, a lot of the public transit was shut down by the mayor and CTA during this. And so people were walking around, and I started seeing these guys with big aluminum metal bats in the back of their flak jackets that were just sticking out. They just stuck them in there, and they were just unmarked, silver aluminum bats. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck are those for? And so I go see it, and their back says, I believe it says officers across their back, just officers, and their shoulder tape didn't say CPD. It said something security services or agency. It looked like a private security contractor, basically. And I just felt that was very strange because it was just 4 or 5 of them. I think at least 3 or 4 of them had the bats. And I went up to ask them who they were with, and they refused to talk to me. And, I tried to put some pressure on them as long as I could. But after some time, you start worrying about your own issues first, because it was past curfew. And I mean, I had a press pass, but most of the officers respected the press pass, I will say, past curfew. But, it was definitely not a time you wanted to be on the street longer than you really needed to. But I definitely think that it's pretty clear, even from the Inspector General's report, that there were private contractors that were hired by the city for this, and those guys were probably some of them.
Yeah, because that's what we need. We need totally unaccountable people walking around the city with aluminum bats.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how you
de-identified.
uphold curfew. How you do uphold curfew with aluminum bats. That seems an improper response.
No, it seems like totally untrained yahoos given carte blanche to act on the street like they want to.